If you lose erections while you're putting a condom on, today I'm going to teach you 3 simple things where if you put them all together, you'll never lose another erection again. This is a super simple problem to fix. And if you don't know me, my name is Cam Joyner, and I had sexual anxiety and erectile dysfunction, and I have absolutely had serious problems in my life with condoms. So condoms used to be a big source of anxiety for me, but now I can put them on whenever I want without losing an erection. So I want you to think about erections in general as like a leaky bucket, where if you're not adding in extra water, the bucket will drain. And so if you're not adding stimulation while you're aroused, your erection will start to go down. That's just how things work. And so what you want to do is you want to shorten the amount of time between when stimulation ends and when penetration happens. And so 2 of the things we're going to talk about today are going to relate to that. So the first one is make sure your condoms are reachable from wherever you're planning on having sex. So if you are putting them in the dresser on the other side of the room and you have to get up and walk, first of all, your body's not physiologically designed to have an erection and walk at the same time. So what you're literally telling your body is, hey, buddy, tuck that thing away. Sexy time's over. And so you want to put the condoms like under your pillow or right next to your bed so that you can be on your back or basically where you're going to have sex, and you want to be able to grab them from there. So that will, first of all, it'll shorten the time. And second of all, you're not tricking your body into thinking that sexy time is over. So the second thing relates to this as well, which is you should be able to put a condom on in less than 5 seconds in the dark. And you're like, that's weird, Cam. Why? So there's a few reasons. So in less than 5 seconds, this relates to the way which part of the brain we want to be using. So if you have to consciously grab the condom, look at it, open it up, and then try and figure out which way it goes, and then put it on, and then you're like, oh shit, I put it on the wrong way, and then like flip it around. If you're ever a guy who's run into that, what's happening there is a couple of things that you don't want. First of all is time. So that takes a lot of time. So you're increasing the time between stimulation ending and penetration happening. So we want to shorten that time to as little as possible. 5 seconds is a very reasonable amount of time. But the second thing is that you're engaging your conscious mind when you have to look at it and like think and then try. But when you can do it in under 5 seconds, when you can open it up, feel, put it on, and just put it on, then you are engaging the subconscious part of your mind, the part that deals with patterns. You can tie your shoes without thinking about it because you've done it so many times. Well, you want to be able to put a condom on that quickly without having to think about it, because what that does is it frees your conscious mind up to pay attention to the person that you're having sex with, to try and maintain some form of stimulation. So in the dark part, or with your eyes closed, blindfolded, any of that, is because it's just a practical thing. Sometimes you're going to have sex when it's dark or when there's not a lot of light or it's literally pitch black. So you want to be able to do it entirely by feel. And it's very, very easy to do. And what I tell my clients is I tell them it's worth buying a couple boxes of condoms and a banana to practice and get good at this, because once you can do it, you'll be able to do it for the rest of your life, which means that you will never worry about it ever again. And so the third thing is, this one should be more obvious to guys, but it's not. It wasn't obvious to me. Find condoms that fit. So the very first time that I ever tried to have sex, I had condoms that were a little bit too tight, and I lost my erection, and it was a very embarrassing moment. And so that's literally how I started off my sexual life. So find condoms that fit. I had a client that had erectile dysfunction and sexual anxiety for 8 years. And the main problem he was dealing with was that his condoms were too small. So I'm actually going to put a link down below to a website that you can use to help find the right brand and size of condoms, because all condoms kind of come in different. There's different sizes, but even the same size within different condom manufacturers are different. And then there's going to be one more thing I want to talk about, which is you should also just remove the expectation that you have to stay hard while putting a condom on. So if you put the condom on, let's say you do everything I said, it's next to the bed, you can do it very quickly, you get the condom off, you put it on, but the process of putting the condom on, you still lose an erection, or it goes down to like 70%. What most guys do is they try to like race against the clock, and they're like, I'm just going to jam it in fast, which is the worst thing that you can do. So remember, the main problem is that you need to shorten the amount of time between stimulation and penetration. And so after you put the condom on, if you're not 100% hard, just touch yourself a little bit or have her touch you or go back to kissing. Just wait 2 minutes and continue stimulation, because that's going to do a bunch of things for you. One, it shortens the time between stimulation and penetration. And two, which is the more important one, is it takes pressure off of you. Because one of the things that makes this problem so crazy is that you're putting pressure on yourself. I need to stay hard while I'm doing this, or else, and then insert whatever the consequences that you're giving yourself. But in actuality, there's no rule that says you have to do that. So if you start losing your erection, instead of making it a big deal and freaking out and be like, oh no, something's wrong, just understand your body is just doing what it's supposed to do. It's not being stimulated sexually, it's not being aroused. So instead of making it a big deal, just go back to doing the things that you were doing that got you hard before you put the condom on. Take a few deep breaths, give yourself 1 or 2 minutes or even 3 minutes before you go ahead and put it in. Wait till you're actually hard. And if you do that, you're going to realize that this is not a big deal and you'll stay hard every time. So hope you got something out of this today. And if you want some help with some sexual issues that you're dealing with, things like putting condoms on or anything relating to sexual anxiety, you can book a free discovery call with me down below to see if you're a good fit. All right, I'll see you next time.